Well, hey everybody out there, it's Wired Up Retro number 79, and today's episode is all about reviewing the new Intellidiscs game for the Atari 5200. And it comes with a new little overlay for your controller. Really nice homebrew game made by Ryan Whitmer, and the sound effects and the music had been done by Bobby Clark. And then there's Vladimir Zuniga, who did some of the additional artwork. This is published by Atari Age. Just a fantastic game to play on your 5200, the first attempt at anything Tron related on the 5200, and hopefully there will be future Tron related games for the Atari 5200. This is hopefully the first of a number of them. So I'm pretty excited to be presenting this to you today, and you can obtain this game over at Atari Age in their store, and it runs about $50 plus the shipping. So I managed to get it total for about $56 here shipped to my home last week. All right, so let me go ahead and show you a little bit of an unboxing of the game cartridge and the box that came with it, made by Atari Age. It's pretty nice. Let's take a look. So I've already bladed the box open, and let's go ahead and get into this. Looks like it's been packaged nicely. Some pellets, foam pellets there. And here's our cartridge. Go ahead and open this up. Intellidiscs. Go ahead and get it out of its packaging here. Wow, this looks really, really nice. What a wonderful job on this box. Intellidiscs. Looks like we've got a genuine Atari 5200 box. Very shiny. It's made by Phaser Cat, and Atari Age is the distributor. And yeah, nice, very nice. Also included in the box, a couple other things here. We got a nice little Atari Age sticker. And what else we have here? Oh, this is an advertisement for Atari Age to make you a homebrew. Some games, curling, real sports curling, scramble. And this is Zarya Arena, which I think uses the trackball. Pretty nice. And let's see here. Kind of an invitation to talk Atari at atariage.com/forums. Nice. And the Portland Retro Gaming Expo will take place October 14th through 16th of 2022. PRGE. Apparently Atari Age will be there. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, this way. Oh, there we go. What do we have here? Nice, genuine Atari 5200 cart. Wonderful label. Looks wonderful. Let's go ahead and take that out. Looks like we've got two little overlays for the controller. Pretty nice. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. We have a instruction manual. Table of contents. Yeah, it's color. Very nice. Looks like it's just like from the 80s, how they used to do those manuals. Excellent. Hunter, Seeker, Guards. Boy, this game is going to be something worth learning. It's going to be a process. Very nice. Good job, Atari Age. This is a wonderful product. I'm really grateful to be the owner of Intellidiscs by Phaser Cat and Atari Age. Now this is the primary controller you're going to use to play the game, and be running your man around with the stick, and with the other hand you're going to be firing up diagonally and left and right and left. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the overlay into place. Let's make sure that fits. Okay. Yeah, very nice. So there's up, left, up, right, down, left, left. Okay. We've got control mode here and identifier body, and I have to read the instructions to find out about that. Then we got a crouch and block button. Yeah, very cool. Another way to play this game, let me move this out of the way, is to have the original Atari 5200 controller coupler and have two 5200 controllers in action at once. Okay, so if I recall correctly, this would be the controller right here you're going to run your man around with, and then this controller will, instead of using the keypad, you're going to actually control which direction you're throwing your disc. And if you do throw it and decide, oh, I shouldn't have thrown it, you do the opposite direction and it will return to you a little faster than having to wait it out. So I think that's kind of neat. So yeah, you can use both of these at the same time. And I kind of like to hold this controller like this. These little indents make that very comfortable. It's kind of like a dual analog Sony controller or dual shot controller without the rumble. Very cool. Oh, and another thing about these 5200 controllers is if you have non-working 5200 controllers, I have a video which is Wired Up Retro number 74 that goes into repairing them. So make sure you watch that if you're interested in playing this game with one of these joysticks. Another controller that I want to show you that can be used to play this game would be the Wico command control with its own keypad. Unfortunately, those fit-over overlays will not work with this. So you just, you have to memorize what direction each of these buttons throws your disc. And that 5 is block, okay? And yeah, this controller, there's actually a fit-over joystick that can be put on there to make it look a little bit more like an Atari 5200 indented top joystick. I like this fit over, and it's made by my buddy Tony Stout, and I featured that in Wired Up Retro episode number 67. Another option, if you don't want to use the keypad, would to be playing the game in twin stick mode with the Wico command controllers if you have 2 of them. And so that would be kind of cool. Play the game like that. Another option would be to use this adapter, which was also shown in Wired Up Retro episode number 67. And this is a PlayStation controller adapter for the Atari 5200. Plug it in there. And yeah, if you plug in this into port 2, you can actually get it when it's properly plugged into your 5200. It'll actually enable both thumbsticks to be used on twin stick games such as Tron or Intellidiscs and Robotron 2084 and Space Dungeon. I've shown this on one of my prior episodes. There it is. And yeah, it works really well. For some of you 5200 fans, the Masterplay Clone, which I featured on Wired Up Retro number 5, is a cool option. And this is a Champ joystick for the Atari 2600. And it actually is very similar to the Tron joystick, which I'm showing here, that I don't have. But yeah, it's kind of a similar type controller. What else would you want to use for Tron but a Tron controller, right? Now, if you don't have one of these, you can also get one of these. These actually are being currently made. And these are currently made so that you can plug into the side port right here an actual 5200 controller with a keypad overlay. And then you could use your Tron joystick plugged into that, along with this plugged in right here. So kind of an interesting option. And these are currently available on the Retro Game Boys website. And you can also, I think, maybe still get them on eBay from the seller Icons GR74, who's from Greece. And this could be the pivotal controller to use on Intellidiscs on the 5200. On Wired Up Retro 44, I showed you how to make this. And then on episode number 52, I went into how to get this working on the Atari 5200. I'm going to show you a little bit of footage about the disc product that I purchased. Worked really well on this. You can see I'm affixing it to the board of my arcade multi-controller. And another upgrade I want to show you here is I'm going to take this spinner out and we are going to replace it with the actual Tron arcade spinner, which I purchased from GRS on Amazon. Glenn's Retro Show. Nice product. Definitely well worth it. And once you got that removed, then you can just add this right onto there. And I could just put the little hex screw in there and tighten it down. But this won't be actually in use during playing Intellidiscs, but boy, it looks cool. And you know, this is primarily for use on PCs, Raspberry Pi, even PlayStation 3, and I can get it working on PS4 and other consoles as well with other adapters, as I've shown in some of my prior Wired Up Retro episodes. So a very versatile multi-controller. I call it my Tron 80s arcade multi-controller. All right, so we'll see if we can get this working with the Icons GR adapter I had shown previously, and then this will be the keypad that I'll be putting into use. Boy, it sure be nice if I could come up with a way to attach this to the side of this, and maybe that's an idea. I'll have to come up with something. Okay, so let's fire it up. Intellidiscs, here we come. Phaser Cat. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun. Really looking forward to playing this. Ooh. All right. So it says here, press start to play, press number to view license, and your man is kind of a lavender purple color. Drone, armored, guard, leader, hunter, seeker. Okay, I get it. Here we go. Nice music, by the way. It sounded very familiar. All right. So arcade mode is one stick or two stick single player mode. Then there's the 2-player battle, and 3-player battle, 4-player. I only have a 2-port up here. My 4-port's upstairs. If I had 4 people here, I'd definitely go grab that and put this here in its place. But yeah, we're gonna just use the, I guess we're entering arcade mode by pressing 1. So control mode, we have keypad mode, and that's probably what we wanna start with, using the keypad to throw the identity discs. Okay. And we can select hashtag. We'll select whether it's a new identifier body style or the old school classic Intellivision looking one. I'm going to go with new because I want to see what it looks like. I already know what the Intellivision one looks like. All right, so pressing start. Here we go. All right. Okay. Ah, I missed. Let me get this into the right place here. Took one out. Got one. And I have played this on my Intellivision. With the Intellivision, you kind of have to stop running to shoot that disc. Oh, missed. Oh. Ah, missed again. Got one. But you don't have to stop, obviously, here. And these discs are really moving. This is awesome. And I like these sound effects. They sound just awesome. Oh, I think I got hit. Got one. Got one. I heard you can hit 2 birds with 1 stone on this one, which is nice. I'm looking forward to doing that. Back here. Get him. Yeah. Oh, there's a door. Try that. Haha. Nice. Got one. Oh boy, boss. That's a nice looking recognizer. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to shoot the eye, maybe? Nope. Nope. Gonna have to figure that one out. So I'm gonna have to learn how to block. Ah, there's how to block. There we go. Oh, I'm changing the position of my joystick. Changes the angle he's blocking at. That's pretty sweet. All right. Okay, I'm getting out of blocking mode. Back to firing away. Oh. De-resed. Okay. Wow. I'm going to try a different control method and we'll see if I can do a little bit better with that. Okay, so we're back at this screen with the control mode, and it right now shows that if you press the asterisk key, you can switch out. I was in keypad mode. You can go to trigger mode. You can go to twin stick mode, and then there's keypad. So there's basically 3 modes. I'm going to try that twin stick mode right now, and we may try that the other one as well in a minute. All right, let's give this game a try with the twin stick mode. Oops. Okay, so this is a very sensitive stick, and if you don't recenter it, he auto fires. Okay, right now it's centered. Oops. There we go. Oh. It's all right. And I can return the disc early if I want to by reversing the direction that I shot it. Missed. It's going to take a little practice. Get that back to center. Okay. Yeah, recentering is a must. Another thing that was mentioned in the manual is that he's capable of moving in 16 directions, which is pretty awesome. So if it was 4 directions, just be up, down, left, right. If it was 8 directions, it would be the diagonals. But look, I can subtly change the diagonal to, let's say, that. Okay, and that's one of the 16th type directions. Okay, there, I got one. To return the disc, let's say I fire it downwards, but then I want to just return it to me. You can just turn the right stick the opposite direction where you had just fired it. Hopefully that makes sense. Come on. There we go, got one of them. Okay, recenter my disc here. There, we got him. Okay. And let's see if we can get this dude. Slightly off. Off again. There we go. There we got one. Take it back here. Got one. All right. Oh, de-resed me. All right, let's try that other mode that was available. Okay, again, we're back at this screen, and let's take a look at pressing that into trigger mode. Okay, so in trigger mode, I believe you're just going to throw the disc in the direction that you're facing when you press the button. Oh, now I went into, okay, that put me into block mode. Okay. Okay, I get it. Accuracy does suffer a little bit, well, for a newbie like me. Got one. Okay. Yeah, I think the keypad mode is the one I will prefer. Got one. Forward to another controller that I think you guys will like. Okay, so I went and got a Suction Cups PC joystick, and I kind of want it affixed to this flat surface, so maybe I can get just the one hand, not having to hold things in 2 hands. Well, I will hold the keypad in this hand. This is an adapter made by a friend of mine at Atari Age Bohoki. 4 or 5 years ago he made this for me, but it allows PC controllers to be connected to the Atari 5200, and he affixed this keypad to it. Now, unfortunately, the keypad overlay, you know, if I took this off and laid it over the top of this, it'd just fall off. Now I could put little two-sided tape on each of these numbers and then lay it on there and press it down, and it would probably hold for a while. And it actually, the number placement's actually really close to this, so I think that would actually work. but I'm not going to do that. I'll just look down and decide which number to hit. So let's give it a try, and we'll see how this works. Okay. Almost got 3 that time. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see if we can get him. Missed. Got one of them. Yes. Two of them. All right. Oh. He's going to take me out. Okay. Sheesh. All right. So another option, definitely I'm going to show you this. This is going to be my most interesting option of the episode. Well, all right, my friends, we have come to that pivotal moment when we can use my Tron 80s arcade multi-controller to play Intellidiscs. And as I was showing you before, this USA Identity Systems joystick, when used with this PC to Atari 5200 controller adapter that comes with a keypad, I can just use this in the one hand and this in the other. I kind of like the idea of holding it like this and just learning where to push each button just by feel. Okay, that was kind of nice. So I think what I want to do here is find a way to mount the Atari 5200 joystick to the side here so that you can actually hold this with a hand while controlling the stick. And how am I going to mount this? Well, I come up with something here. When I designed this, I used a monitor stand, and in the side of this monitor stand, for whatever reason, they put little compartment openings. So I thought, well, why don't we take this, which is basically a sanding block that's gotten worn down over the course of time of using it, and why not use this, jam it in here, and then lay the controller on that. Now, yeah, I mean, it's going to be all wobbly and that's not going to work. So what I've decided to do is take some elastic bands, and I'll put one right here, and I'll put one right here, and let's go ahead and just jam it in. We're going to bring it up a little higher right there, up against this part of the controller. So it's pretty tight in there. So anyway, I'm going to just drive this right on through, and we will have ourselves a very well held controller with a keypad that can be put into use for Intellidiscs. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think that's being held very, very well. I don't think that's going anywhere. Push it in a little bit further. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be held very well, and I'll be able to hold it like this with this hand while controlling with this hand. Another thing I do want to mention, this really did have a nice control for Tron, Intellidiscs, and another controller that worked really well with it was this one. This one has suction cups, this one doesn't. But the nice thing about this one, this is called the Cyclone 3D, is that it's a really heavy base. So you almost don't really even need suction cups when the base is that heavy. So anyway, these are really good for playing Intellidiscs. They have these little potentiometer adjusters. This one has it over here and here, but yeah, your controller is going to have that in order to be usable on Intellidiscs. These are PC 15-pin controllers. Now, another controller I tried was the PC Raider, which I really like on a number of my 5200 games, like River Raid, Dreadnought Factor, and Zone Ranger. This one has a real tight dead zone, okay? And that's a good thing on a lot of games, but it turned out to be too tight when playing the game Tron, or Intellidiscs. Same goes for this controller. This one's called the Suncom Technologies FX2000. Really tight dead zone. Unfortunately, this just did not work, even by adjusting the potentiometer or each of these axes. It just didn't end up working well, even though it's got these nice suction cups, looks kind of futuristic. It works on some 5200 games just fine, but it's got a real tight dead zone, and that is not great for Intellidiscs because your man ends up running left, right, up, or down when he shouldn't. And these controllers have a bigger dead zone, which allows the man to stand still when you let go of the stick. Okay, so hopefully this is going to have not a tight dead zone either. We're going to find out when we try to play Intellidiscs. All right, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've got it all set up with all my adapters, which I've shown in a prior Wired Up Retro how to do. And let's see here, we're going for Keypad Mode. And we got the stick in action. And also, I've got this trackball working too, which is kind of cool to play Tron. Can't normally do that. Got him. All right. Anyway, let's see here. I'm going to use the stick most of the time. Got to use the Tron stick to play Tron. Ooh, there we go. Cool. Got one. Missed. Oh, he got me. It's working great. Now the only thing is, when I'm using this controller right here, I'm able to go left, right, up, down, and diagonal, but I can't go those really nuanced diagonals like I could with the analog controller, since this is digital based. So that could be construed for the experts at Intellidiscs to be, a little bit of a disappointment. But if you're a noob like me, honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference if I'm running this way or this way. I can kind of manipulate it and go whichever way I want to go. But all right, so what I want to do next is to get it so that I control the Tron man with this controller stick, and then I will just fire the disc in the diagonals in different directions. This will enable me to move the man in very nuanced ways. So let's try it in twin stick mode. All right, so I'm on keypad mode. I'm switching over to twin stick mode. This is actually hooked up to port 1 along with the Tron stick, which I'll use to run the man around. And then I've got this controller here hooked up to port 2. This is the disc firing controller with the stick. All right, well, let's give this a shot. Let's see how we go. Got one of them. Okay, let's see if I can get my diagonal shots perfected here. There we go. Got one. Wow. So it's tricky. With this controller, I'm trying to recenter to make sure it doesn't auto-fire some direction I don't want it to fire. The 5200 controller is analog. It's not going to recenter. And so I'm not so sure this is the mode I want to be using very often with this setup. I like that keypad mode definitely the best. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. This is certainly a unique game. Intellidiscs is definitely patterned a lot like that Intellivision game, Deadly Discs, the Tron game. This game basically has a couple advantages though. Number one, if you have a 4-port 5200, you can use 4 controllers, and if you have a party of you and 3 other people, you're all going to be playing at the same time, having a blast. So that's really excellent. Another nice feature about it is that when you're using a single controller, you don't have to pause and stop the guy to fire. shoot your disc. You can actually run and fire at the same time using a single controller. On the Intellivision, they couldn't quite do that with one controller, so they had it so that you could hold two and do that. But anyway, I don't think that if you're playing the 4-player game with all your friends, you know, it's kind of a bummer to have to halt your man from running and then press the button and fire. The 5200 version has an advantage, definitely, over the old Intellivision version. But, you know, most other aspects are really very similar to the Intellivision game. And for years, many people have loved Tron Deadly Discs, and I definitely would say Intellidiscs is right up there with it when it comes to quality. It's a great conversion. So I have no complaints. I definitely have enjoyed playing with all my different controllers. Some have nuances that are making them a little bit better than others, but ultimately the game is very playable with a variety of controllers and a variety of different control modes. I like that they implemented those various control modes like Keypad Mode and Twin Stick Mode. Now, in a future Wired Up Retro, I'm going to be showing Intellidiscs one more time with a controller that you haven't seen in action ever on an Atari 5200. And so I'm just going to give you a hint. This is an actual recentering twin stick controller. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'll say one more thing. It came from the mid-90s, so maybe that'll give you enough clues so you could say, what did he get working? I'll let you know soon. All right, so I'm looking forward to presenting that in the near future, and I hope you guys are having fun out there. I hope you enjoy your summer, and I'll be back talking to you guys in the very near future. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a like if you can, and comment below if you've got any interesting ideas about Intellidiscs or other Tron games that you want to see on the Atari 5200. I would definitely like to hear about that. So hopefully there will be other Tron games coming out. I really would hope so. All right, so I guess that's about it. You guys have fun out there. Take care.